Welcome, Sagittarius. Whether you're a long-time follower of the stars or just stumbling into this space for the first time, know this: your presence here on Zodiac Talks Tarot is no accident. The universe has a way of guiding the right people to the right messages, and today, that message is for you. This is not just another feel-good horoscope or surface-level prediction. This is a sacred checkpoint. A cosmic nudge. A moment carved out in the fabric of your personal mythology where something begins to shift. Sagittarius, you are the philosopher adventurer of the zodiac, the seeker who burns not just for answers but for meaning. And now, in the dawning light of the year of triumph 2025, you're being asked to stop dimming your fire to make others comfortable. You're being called to become exactly who you are unapologetically, boldly, with all your wild honesty and cosmic curiosity intact. Yes, it might feel risky. Yes, it might get messy. But let's be real, you were never built for safe and small. You were built to expand. This reading isn't about prediction. It's about permission. Permission to leap. To sing your truth, even off-key. To take up space like the universe intended. So grab your metaphorical bow and arrow, aim high, breathe deep, and prepare to fly straight into what's next. Here at Zodiac Talks Tarot, we don't do shallow. We do soul-level clarity, humor, healing, and a little bit of philosophical sass. So whether you're here seeking answers, alignment, or just a little reminder of how powerful you are, welcome home, chosen one. Your journey starts here. The Fool card kicks off your journey not as a symbol of ignorance, but as the purest invitation to live without the weight of your past. And let's be clear, this isn't some aimless stumble into the unknown. This is the Sagittarius version of the Fool, untamed, electric, and wildly awake. You're not starting over because something failed. You're starting true because something within you has finally awakened. You've shed layers that never fit quite right. The expectations, the roles you played to keep the peace, the emotional junk you carried like a suitcase with no wheels, it's all behind you now. You're standing barefoot at the edge of a cliff, not out of recklessness, but out of reverence. And no, the universe doesn't need you to be ready. It doesn't need a 5-step plan or a LinkedIn-approved version of your transformation. It just needs your yes. That humble, courageous, slightly terrified yes. This is the year of triumph 2025, and you're not being pushed, you're being called. Called to step into alignment with who you were before the world told you who to be. And don't worry, Buddha would agree that true freedom isn't found in perfection, but in presence. So go ahead. Leap. Not with blind faith, but with the deep knowing that your soul came here to do more than survive. It came to dance, to teach, to write, to build, to love, and to do it all as you. And if you slip along the way, well, even the Fool probably trips once or twice. But what matters is that you're finally walking your own path with bare feet, a full heart, and that classic Sagittarian grin. Let's talk about the real plot twist in your story, Sagittarius, the moment you finally started liking yourself. Not just in a sure, I'm decent at parties kind of way, but in the full-bodied, soul-deep, no apologies kind of way. The 6 and 10 of Cups are more than nostalgic whispers of the past or fairy tale endings. Together, they trace a personal revolution, radical self-love. Not the filtered, bubble bath version, but the kind that stares into the mirror, sees the scars, the stumbles, the messy chapters, and smiles anyway. This isn't ego. It's emotional liberation. It's you finally saying, yes, I deserve to feel good in my own skin, and meaning it. Yes, I deserve joy that doesn't come with guilt, and claiming it. You've stopped treating self-worth like a bonus prize for productivity. And that's a superpower they don't teach in school. The Queen of Cups appears here like a wise elder, reminding us that healing doesn't arrive in a weekend retreat or a single yoga pose. It's slow, unsexy, beautiful, And you, dear Sag, have done the work. You've waded through the inner mud with grace, tears, probably some sarcasm, and emerged soft but stronger. Now it's time to flip the narrative. You're no longer the background character in your own life. You're the main act. The spotlight isn't ego, it's clarity. Self-love isn't a detour, it's the path. And yes, you are allowed to celebrate yourself without needing a permission slip from the universe. Because when a Sagittarius finally learns to love themselves fully, the world doesn't just notice, it transforms in response. So shine on, wild one. Your glow is no longer negotiable. Let's get one thing straight, Sagittarius, your talent isn't a coincidence, it's a cosmic assignment. That thing you do with zero effort while others sweat bullets? Whether it's speaking raw truth that cuts through fluff, making people laugh mid-breakdown, painting galaxies on napkins, or inspiring strangers in grocery lines, that's the work. Not job work. Soul work. The Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Wands show up here not as gentle nudges but as divine caffeine. These cards say, the training wheels are off, the universe is done whispering. Your gifts aren't just glowing, they're on fire. And doors? They're flinging open faster than a Sag packs for a weekend trip they just found out about 5 minutes ago. Now, before you panic, no, you don't have to be ready. That's a myth cooked up by perfectionism and procrastination having lunch together. Spirit doesn't need polish. It needs permission. The kind of permission that says, I'll leap. But I'll bring snacks and a backup plan just in case. Because yes, this is a dance. And you, my fire-born friend, are doing the cha-cha between intuition and impulsiveness. It's not about jumping blindly. It's about feeling the moment when your gut says go, even if your mind is still scrolling Yelp reviews on safe decisions. This is not the time to second-guess your calling. It's time to step in, lean forward, and use what's already in your hands. Your voice, your humor, your insight, these aren't hobbies. They're keys. And the lock? It's already turning. So quit waiting for the stars to write you a formal invitation. They already did. It's called your birth chart. And spoiler, it says chosen one. Now we arrive at the Queen of Wands, a card that doesn't knock politely. It struts in with confidence, lights incense with one hand, and rewrites your future with the other. This is not some delicate royal sipping tea in the background. No, this queen is fire-born, bold, and unmistakably Sagittarian. She enters a room not because she needs to be seen but because her energy insists on it. This is your higher self finally stepping forward, not as an idea, but as a presence. It's the part of you that has been quietly waiting for you to stop playing small, dimming your light, or waiting for someone to hand you permission. Spoiler alert, no one's coming with a crown. You are the crown. Right now, the universe isn't nudging you, it's practically hosting a press conference with banners that read, "Stop hiding, Sagittarius." This moment isn't about reinventing yourself. It's about revealing yourself. And when you do, you're not just creating content, or starting a side hustle, you're rebuilding something sacred. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's a body of work. Maybe it's a tribe of truth seekers who find themselves simply by being around you. And no, this isn't a trendy glow up with soft lighting and hashtags. This is a destiny recalibration. This is your soul putting on its real outfit. Think of it like this: if your life was a novel, this is the part where readers underline every line you say and whisper, "Damn, that's powerful." So go ahead, claim the spotlight, but with humility. Lead with fire, but also with compassion. The Queen of Wands doesn't dominate, she ignites. And Sagittarius, it's your time to burn bright and build something that lasts long after the flame. Let's talk legacy, not the kind that sits in a dusty bank vault, but the kind that echoes through your daily joy, your relationships, and the quiet pride you carry when no one's watching. The 10 and 9 of Pentacles are showing up like a cosmic double feature, emotional richness and financial stability. And yes, I said both. The dream combo. Sagittarius, you've been planting seeds for a long time. Maybe you didn't know it, maybe you were just doing what had to be done, showing up, giving your best, often with little applause. But universal timing has a strange sense of humor. It rarely shows results when we're obsessing over them. And now, just as you've stopped chasing, the harvest arrives. But here's the twist of real wisdom: true abundance isn't measured in zeros or accolades. It's felt in that deep exhale when you realize you're walking your own path, in alignment, with peace humming quietly in your chest. That's wealth. That's the kind you take with you lifetime to lifetime, or if you're more Buddhist about it, moment to moment. Now, yes, enter the death card, stage left, always dramatic. But don't panic. Death here isn't the grim finale. It's the gentle reminder that fear is just the ego's way of saying, wait, we've never been this free before. Your old self may try to call you back into safety, but your new self? It's already out there in the sun, building something eternal. This is your season of recognition, but not just from others. From yourself. You've earned your place at the table. And when a Sagittarius claims both fire and fulfillment, that's not just legacy, that's legend. Now let's get one thing straight, Sagittarius: just because you're stepping into your power doesn't mean you have to do it with a straight face and a strict calendar. I mean, come on. If you're not laughing, dancing barefoot in the living room, or contemplating the meaning of life at 2 a.m. with a half-read fantasy novel and a snack that wasn't part of the plan, are you even living in alignment? This next chapter in your life isn't asking for solemnity, it's asking for authenticity. And for Sagittarians, that includes humor that hits like a philosopher's punchline, curiosity that can't be contained, and joy that refuses to be scheduled. You're not here to perform perfection. You're here to radiate presence. Loudly, colorfully, and maybe just a little weirdly. In astrology, fire signs get the reputation for being bold, but Sagittarius, you're bold and wise. A rare combo. You'll teach deep truths mid-hike, mid-joke, mid-eye roll. That's your magic. So don't mute your joy just because things are getting serious. If anything, your joy is what makes this transformation sustainable. Let your passion be messy. Let your truth be loud. Let your weirdness walk ahead of you like a spiritual tour guide in a feather boa. Because here's the thing: spiritual awakening isn't meant to feel like jury duty. It's supposed to feel like remembering who you were before the world told you to tone it down. So go ahead. Be the Sag who shakes up the room with honesty, who laughs mid-meltdown, and who finds purpose not just in the mountaintop moments but in the spontaneous karaoke detours along the way. This path is yours. It should feel like you. And if it doesn't include laughter, rewrite the map. Let me say this loud and clear, dear Sagittarius: you are not behind. Not in your journey, not in your growth, not in your purpose. You're not too late. The timeline you've been comparing yourself to? That was never yours to begin with. The universe doesn't run on spreadsheets, deadlines, or someone else's highlight reel. It moves with intention. It flows with divine rhythm. And right now, that rhythm has your name written in the stars. This reading isn't a prediction. It's a permission slip. One that says, you can begin again. You can show up fully. You can speak louder, love deeper, risk more boldly, and live more vividly. You've spent enough time waiting in the wings. This is your cue. Claim your stage, chosen one. The year of triumph 2025 isn't just a trend or a forecast, it's a frequency, and guess what? You're finally tuned in. Now, let's not get too serious here. You're a Sagittarius after all, the Zodiac's philosopher, clown, truth teller, freedom seeker, and emotional DJ. Life isn't meant to be endured, it's meant to be danced with. If you're not laughing at least once a day at yourself, at the world, at the bizarre cosmic comedy of it all, then you're missing half the magic. Joy is your spiritual GPS. Humor is your sacred compass. And let's face it, no one tells the truth quite like a sag with a knowing smirk and an iced coffee in hand. So, step out. Step up. Say yes. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you finally trust yourself enough to leap anyway. You've earned that trust through fire, through grace, and through a whole lot of inner work the world will never fully see, but that your soul knows. And if this message resonates, don't let it sit in your heart alone. Let it echo. Leave a comment below, tell me what part of your true self you're reclaiming today. Speak it into existence. Write it down. Or just type yes and let that be your declaration. I read every comment. In this community, we're walking this hero's path together. Like this video if it stirred something in you. Share it with someone who needs a reminder that their moment hasn't passed. And subscribe to Zodiac Talks Tarot if you want more than just surface level horoscopes. We go deep here. Every week, new readings, new insights, and reminders that the universe never forgets its chosen ones. Because this isn't just tarot. This is your story, written in real time, messy, beautiful, meaningful, and yours alone. And Sagittarius, the stage is yours. Go live it.